Hi everybody. Lesson number 30. Hebrew for all. Use this system and you're going to be able to read, write, speak Hebrew, understand any text that you want to. So today we're going to be learning something new. Let's go ahead with it. Here we go. Okay, so here you see what I call the master plan. And what that means is we got the verb lishmor, we got the verb liknot, and now we've expanded. First time we're going left, folks. And the verb is lidaber. Lidaber. And it happens to mean to speak. The four forms of the present tense I've written right there underneath it, starting from right to left. Medaber, medaberet, medabrim, medabrot. Say it for yourself a few times. It's very possible you know the verb because it's such a popular word. Ani medaber ivrit, ani lo medaber ivrit. So popular, everyone seems to know it. This is the verb, and it represents a new pattern for us, an expansion of the master plan. What's special about it that I can share with you? Well, for the first time, you're seeing a mem, which one might even call artificial or extraneous, that starts the present tense of the verb. Because the three root letters of this verb are daled, bet, resh. But we see in every present tense form of the four forms, we have this me in front of it. That's one characteristic that you have to recognize for the present tense of this form. The second thing you need to know about this verb and recognize is that it has what I call, I give it this very special name, the Structural De Guiche. Notice that in the bet, I've put a dot in the inside, making it a B sound. This particular verb pattern, unlike the digital De Guiche, which we learned about, that functioned along with lishmor and liknot, the Structural De Guiche is always there, present, past, and future. You might even call it a hallmark of this particular pattern. So I'm not even going to put it in from now on, because if you can recognize this pattern, it's there, the Structural De Guiche. The next thing I'd like to do is just give you one or two more words to share with you how the pattern works. So one of those words could be the verb lidaber. And notice I'm leaving out the Structural De Guiche that should be in the daled. Lidaber. What would you say the four forms of the present tense should be? And go ahead and say them. You can pause me. Go ahead and say them. I'm sure what you came up with is misader, misaderet, misadrim, misadrot. If you recognize the word seder, order, this word means to arrange or put something in order. And one other word I'll give you from a long list of verbs that follow this pattern, lekabel. Also notice I did not put the De Guiche in the bet. It's a Structural De Guiche. It's got to be there, whether it's put in or not put in. It is bedrock of this particular pattern. So lekabel, folks, everyone along with me, four forms of the present tense. Mekabel, mekabelet, mekablim, mekablot. And now what I'd like to do is go ahead with the past tense. You're ready for it right away. So here it is. So here we go. Let's read the pattern down, top to bottom. Notice it's the same structure of all the past tenses that we've learned to date. From the top, feel free to read along with me, or read it on your own, or listen to me once, pause, and say it for yourself, because the trick is to get it into your bones. Here we go, folks, from the top. Dibarti, dibarta, dibart, diber, dibra, dibarnu, dibartem, dibarten, dibru, dibru. So once again, what do you notice about this verb? Critical. The past tense always starts with a strong E sound underneath what turns out to be the first root letter. Structural De Guiche is in place. and a template, dibarti, dibarta, dibart. One might have thought here that it could be dibar, but in fact we say diber. And a mnemonic device that might bring a smile or a laugh to the face of an American is Smokey diber. Okay? So yeah, that's the past tense over there. Now, the next thing I want to tell you is that when looking up a verb of this pattern in a modern Israeli dictionary, you're most likely to find it underneath this form. In other words, a yud has been placed in there to force one to read it as diber. And in fact, in modern Israeli printing, newspapers, modern books, you will see all of the words of this pattern, particularly where the text is unvowelized, with a yud immediately after the daled. So remember that. If you would look up daled bet resh, you'll find it because the word means several different things, those particular 3 root letters. But in a dictionary, you're going to want to probably look it up with a yud. Needless to say, there are a few exceptions to this rule. Printers who did it their own way. So here we go. Let's do it one more time from the top. Ready, begin. Dibarti, dibarta, dibart, diber, dibra, dibarnu, dibartem, dibarten, dibru, dibru. Congratulations. We've expanded the master plan. We've learned the concept of the Structural De Guiche. And this is an enormous verb pattern, something we can use every single day while we're learning to read, write, speak, understand a text, Hebrew. So I hope you enjoy it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next class. All the best. Shalom, shalom.